me fucking scoot back a little so I don't punch the microphone.
Hey, come listen to our podcast, yeah. Please listen, it's a hitch. If you don't listen to our podcast, yeah, then you are a bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, hi everybody. Welcome to Filmoscopy Podcast, the show where we discuss movies. See, should I talk at it from this angle? Yeah, I think
What you should do is
we should
when you introduce yourself, be like, my name is, and you're looking at the note, just make noise with the paper, and be like, Owen is my name.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Owen, and this is a Filmoscopy Podcast, a show where we discuss movies.
I think it'd help if you didn't have 3 letters written on each page.
Yeah, you might be right.
You're like O-W, next page E-N.
Now this, and joining me today is
Cody. Shit. Lance. Sorry.
whoops, and then
Also joining us today is cricket noise. Not Cody, because he decided to be a bitch and not show up for the recording. Well, he's in Nashville. He's got the money. You know, he's got the nice house. So he has to go spend the money, and that's why he's not here. So it's like, all right, Cody, good job. I probably should text him while we're talking about this. Hey, did you like the movie or did you hate the movie? And just tell the exact opposite.
yeah,
On the podcast.
I have a feeling like I don't know. Maybe Cody probably does not. I don't know. Maybe he likes it. Maybe he doesn't. We'll never know. So that's the mystery of this podcast. We haven't even told you what the movie is. The movie's Pulp Fiction is the movie that we watched.
I sent my buddy Alex from I'll Take 3. I'm like, hey man, he likes this movie a lot. They actually just got done covering Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And he was ranking his Tarantino movies. And Pulp Fiction, I think, was like his top 4 of the 9. And he said, I asked him, I'm like, I wasn't really feeling this movie until one scene flipped it for me, and now I really like this movie. Do you know what scene that is? And he goes, was it the walking scene? Talking about the watch?
What's funny about that is that Lance said that to me before we recorded, and it's like the first thing I said was, he told me, he was like, there's one scene that turned this movie around. I was like, oh yeah, the Christopher Walken scene.
That's why you people know me all too well. Like talking about something, like shoving up somebody's ass, and it's hilarious to me.
It's just like, I think the whole movie's pretty comedic, but I think that's the one scene where I think the movie completely shows its hand, is like, okay, there's going to be moments that are like ironically funny intermixed with pretty serious stuff, you know?
So this was your selection, Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
And I guess we go into quick details. This movie came out, 94, 93?
Yeah, so this movie came out, it premiered at Cannes Film Festival on May 21st, 1994. It came out, this movie was made after Tarantino was kind of already established. He made Reservoir Dogs, which is...
That was 92. Because I was reading up. Because Travolta's character is Michael Madsen's... Madden? I don't know the... Madsen's. His brother... their characters are brothers. The Vega brothers. So...
Yeah. Wait, so the character in that movie is like...
He's the brother of John Travolta's character in this movie.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that. Maybe that'll give me an excuse to watch Reservoir Dogs, because I've actually never seen it, but I hear a lot of Tarantino's like directorial qualities are kind of established in that movie, where he does a lot of like the stuff he does in this movie, where he uses dialogue intermixed with scenes where the there's like gratuitous violence, but they talk about like really generic, like everyday conversation kind of things, which is something that happens in this movie a lot.
If you're tired of holding the mic, I can hold it for you too.
Can you hold my dick?
Well, I thought I was.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this brought something to my mind, and I have to talk about it real quick. In this movie, High School High, John Lovitz, it's made by the same people that made Airplane and the Naked Gun movies. And he saves this female teacher from getting sexually assaulted from one of the students. And he takes her home, and she's got like a washcloth that's on her head because she's all beat up. And he's like, "Does it hurt right here?" And he touches her shoulder, and she goes, "Mm-mm." And then you see his hand go down to like where her boob is, and touches it. Goes, "Does it hurt right here?" She's like, "Mm-mm." His hand goes off screen, and he goes, "How about right here?" And she goes, "I can't even feel your hand." He goes, "It's because I'm touching myself." Our little exchange just reminded me of it for some reason.
I thought it was gonna be like, I thought that was like a serious movie.
It is not. Stupid.
So, I guess back to Pulp Fiction. So yeah, this movie came out on May 21st, 1994 at Cannes. It made a big splash there. It won the Palme d'Or. I kind of wanted to, I guess, going back to Reservoir Dogs, a big part of the reason why this movie was made and why it has its superstar cast, Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, as Bruce Willis. It has, as we said earlier, Christopher Walken.
For just a scene.
Yeah, for just one scene. But a big reason why it has that superstar cast is because of Reservoir Dogs. That movie made a big splash at the other Cannes Film Festival that premiered at, and it got a lot of actors' attention and stuff. And like I said, it kind of launched Tarantino's career, into like the sky. This movie was filmed on a budget of $8 million. It's considered an indie film, even though I guess it was distributed by good old Weinstein.
Yeah, Harvey.
Yeah, he's in the credits. I think he's in the opening credits, isn't he?
Yep, him and his brother. They were. I think all of Tarantino's movies were from Weinstein.
Yeah, because he talked about it after Harvey got gotted. I think he kind of said a couple of his own stories about it regarding his wife and Uma Thurman and stuff, and how he felt kind of betrayed at that. So that's a really weird thing when you're going back and watching a lot of these Tarantino movies. You'll see Weinstein in there.
Yeah, and the Kevin Smith movies too.
Oh yeah,
they did all the Miramax. They put out all the Clerks 2, Jay and Silent Bob movies. And so it was all Jay Smith. Jay Smith, whatever his name is. Kevin Smith. Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, it had an $8 million budget. At the box office, it brought in $213.9 million. So
this is a big jump from 21 million.
Yeah.
21? Oh, wait, never mind.
21.
I did see that Travolta was coming off of a real low in his career at this point.
Which he is at this point also.
Yeah, well, yeah. And Bruce Willis's movies had cooled off, especially after, the Die Hards. And he was at a low. The last few movies he had done were box office bombs, and then this movie ultimately catapulted him back up to where he could get into better positions for movies and make more money. Same thing with John Travolta. So it kind of saved their careers and kind of launched Uma Thurman's as well. Was she in Reservoir Dogs?
I'm not sure. What about? I know Samuel L. Jackson. His breakthrough role was in some Spike Lee movie. I feel like this is Samuel L. Jackson's kind of swan song role. This is kind of the one that made him.
I think swan song is when you're retiring.
Okay, never mind then. Wrong term. What's the term?
Birth of a Duck.
What's the term? This is his magnum opus role, I think.
No, that would be Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Hang on to your butts.
Oh, yeah. No, that came out after this, though.
They both came out in 94. I don't know when Jurassic Park came out. So I hate to be like that person, like, but actually, sir,
yeah. I love it when he goes, I hate this hacker crap.
it's so jarring seeing him, because those movies came out at the same time, same year. Seeing him in this movie and seeing him in Jurassic Park, and they're completely different movies. And obviously, he's wearing a wig here, so it's kind of jarring when you see the big gaping goose egg in the back of his head for the bald spot. Yeah, and I think he had done some things before. So this, and then Jurassic Park, obviously, because they obviously were filmed at a similar time frame, so it wasn't like this movie got him noticed, and all of a sudden you're coming out in 2 months in Jurassic Park, baby. So, but I think that this.
I feel like he's a lot better in this movie than he is in Jurassic Park. But
I don't know, man. Him and Newman have a good
chemistry.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Newman, right?
Yeah.
From Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Someone edited Jurassic Park, his scenes, but put the Seinfeld music behind it, and it's fucking great. Like, he's Newman.
That's pretty funny. We got express mail from Cody, and he says that he did indeed like this movie. So there you go. Yeah.
Or are we doing the opposite of what he said?
Oh shit, Cody, cut that out. Cody hated this movie. So he said this movie was dog shit. So please send all your hate mail to Cody Man. All right. So I guess we'll go into our first experiences. So I was talking with Lance earlier, and I kind of told him how this movie was. We talked about it on an earlier podcast with it's
his name's Cody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that guy. I forgot about him. We talked about it on Cinderella Man, where it's that kind of movie where you're young, and it's one of those movies you find by yourself and you really enjoy by yourself.
Yeah, that was one of my movies. I was like, yeah, this shit's great, and I was 16 at the time or 17.
Yeah, so I was pretty young when I saw this movie. I was probably 13, or I was probably 13, I think, when I watched this movie, and I absolutely loved it. And it was one of the first movies where I really kind of appreciated it. It really kind of made me like filmmaking and stuff like that, and kind of not understanding, but
opening your mind to cinema.
Yeah, pretty much opening my mind to how, to just see how different movies can be made. Not everything has to be before that I was just watching blockbuster movies and shit like that. So, I didn't have a whole lot of depth.
I mean, that might be expensive if you were just renting movies from Blockbuster.
Yeah, I was buying them.
Wait a minute, you were born in 2000, right?
They had we used to go there I only went there to rent games, though. I don't.
Gotcha. I'm thinking, when did they close Blockbuster down? Because that was if you're 12 or 13, it's probably 2004.
No, it was definitely closed by then. Yeah, I wasn't getting it from Blockbuster. I think I watched it. No, my mom owns a copy of this movie, so my mom owned a copy, and that's how I watched it. But yeah, this movie was really good for me. I guess I'll hand it off to you, Lance.
This was my virgin experience. I think my first Tarantino movie I watched, and I think they co-directed it. I know he was definitely acting in it. Was From Dusk Till Dawn, a vampire movie. Mm-hmm. Him and Rodriguez, they teamed up on a bunch of movies.
Yeah, they are always hanging out together.
Yeah. Oh, and everybody, if you notice that there's a lot less it's because me and Owen are recording in person, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably my first experience with Tarantino in general. I had seen snippets or heard of this movie, obviously, from people, and there's obviously a GIF that's famous with John Travolta when he's looking around with his hands out. Mm-hmm. It's when somebody was what, they're looking for something. It's
yeah,
that stupid shit.
Big thing on Twitter.
But yeah, it was kind of weird. I saw the runtime was 2.5 hours. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it's a long one.
But actually, it flew by once I got past my Christopher Walken scene. Mm-hmm. That just oh my god. Okay, let me just go ahead and talk about it now, people. This scene confounded me because I'm watching it, but I also put my phone down because I was doing some other things. I'm like, let me listen to this movie because it's getting kind of boring at this point. And then they show Christopher Walken, so I'm immediately stopping. I'm watching this scene. because I want to see if Walken's being weird. And I'm taken aback by the fact he's normal. Like, completely normal. For as normal as he is. And then all of a sudden, it's like the real Christopher Walken came out in the middle of this scene. And he goes, and this is where Cody will edit in the audio. Hopefully. And he goes, your father, he hid this watch while they couldn't find it up his ass for 5 years. And he just keeps looking up, and there's a pause because I feel like Walken's trying not to laugh when he's doing it. Right up his ass. And then he gave it to me. I hid it up my ass for 2 years. And I thought he said at the end of it, young man, I didn't wash it. As he hands it, the little man grabbed it. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I rewound it. I'm like, okay. So he goes, now it's yours, little man. But it's funny, after he gets through the ass part, he goes back into being the character. Like, he went from character to Walken for that little scene, and then back to the character he was playing. It was fucking perfect. Then after watching that scene, this movie flipped for me.
Yeah, that's oh yeah, baby. Yeah, that scene's pretty good. It's pretty funny. I think I was talking about it. I think I did just say it on the podcast, didn't I? That I said. Yeah, we talked about it. I just had to go into the details of the scene.
Okay, yeah. The thing how many days does this movie take place?
I
feel like I feel like it's just a couple of days, if I'm not mistaken. Like maybe 2 or 3 at the most.
I think 2.
2.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna say 2 because I meant to write out chronologically, but I forgot. But so the movie's chronological order, because it takes place out of order, is it begins in the morning. Like I think they say it's like 7 a.m., 6 a.m. or something like that, with Jules and Vincent in the car doing the hit at Brett's house.
Jules is Samuel L. Jackson and Vincent is John Travolta. Quick question. I'm just spitting. Like I didn't do no deep research. Owen's done some research, but I don't know if he's got his answer.
Maybe we should boost the microphone just a little bit.
No, it's fine. Trust me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because this is how I record it all the time.
So it's normally kind of like you don't get a whole lot of love with it.
Yes, okay. This is fine. This is the way this microphone is.
Just making sure.
Because if you listen to it on like the Google Drive, you listen to my recording, it's like, damn, it's loud, and it's just this. Okay. Do you think maybe Reservoir Dogs is out of order too? I don't know. Do you think he did it because he wanted to end the movie on Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson? Because I feel like they're the strongest characters of the movie.
Definitely.
And they're like they have the most chemistry of all these scenes. And like nothing wrong with Bruce Willis. I love Bruce Willis.
Yeah, but he's definitely like he's just like a stoic samurai. He's like Clint Eastwood in this movie. And I think Bruce Willis
with goofier faces.
Yeah, he's
when he's got his like when he kills that like fat redneck with the sword and he's got his lip tucked out, like he looks like Bubba from Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
You better tuck that lip in, boy, and he might get home and bum while he's like, because his face is all swollen and shit from the car accident, and then almost getting raped by rednecks.
Yeah, I love that scene there when he has the katana and he's coming down, and it's like it's kind of like the Kill Bill stance he has going on. I always thought that scene's rocks. I love it when he takes him out. But yeah, I don't know. Quentin Tarantino, like, at this period, he was kind of known for telling stories out of order, because I'm pretty sure Reservoir Dogs is also out of chronological order, but I could be wrong. But I know at this point, given the interviews I've seen and stuff, everybody talks about how it's like he's trying to make a statement against having a movie in chronological order, but he's always just like, nah, just do it because it's interesting, it kind of mixes the movie up.
Well, what kind of statement is that? I'm fucking dyslexic, I'm putting it out of order.
Yeah, like a lot of the interviewers are kind of like, so you're trying to, but you don't believe in a linear story, and he's like,
you don't
no.
believe in the metric system, do you?
No, I fuck the metric system. But no, he might be trying to. I just feel like it's a really cool ending to have them walk out of the diner like that, and I guess it ties it back into the beginning, because the first scene you see is I forget the guy's name, but I know the girl's Honey Bunny and the other dude.
Well, it's his last name is Roth. Is the actor Eli Roth? Is that the actor's name?
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, you just see them trying to like rob the thing, the diner. So maybe he's just trying to tie it back into that beginning, but you might also be right with
finishing off.
Well, I think it's because he starts it with that. You get to see Samuel L. Jackson's character kind of grow throughout the movie, and maybe he wanted to end it on that because really, I think Samuel L. Jackson's the only character that like has.
Right.
All the characters are good. They're all memorable and they're all funny, and a lot of them really work well together. Just as we said.
But the more I think about it, Samuel L. Jackson is the main character of this movie.
Yeah, in a way. I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna ask like, who do you think the main character is?
Well, I mean, the way you were like, not to ruin your question, I apologize.
No, you're good.
I think that it has to be Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, it's weird because Bruce Willis's character Butch, he gets the traditional kind of Hollywood ending where it's he gets out, everything's good, he has the happy ending. Vincent dies in the middle of the movie, so he just gets gunned down by his own gun, and then Jules just kind of gives it up, and just wanders. I had a funny joke.
What's his name? Fuck, what's the drug dealer's name?
His name's Lance.
Oh, not Lance, the other one. The Vic Grimes character. The main one that they're working for. Marcellus?
Marcellus, yeah.
Marcellus is the one that gets it. And
yeah, he gets it in the ass. But, yeah.
That dude, who, like, when we get to that part, I mean, I don't know. Well, we're just going to randomly talk about the movie, I feel like. That guy with not the redneck with the long hair and the beard, but the one that's like kind of receding hairline and doesn't look straight up like a redneck, the cop.
Yeah, the cop.
Yeah,
Zed.
And I remember him because he's in The Mask. And The Mask came out that year too, 1994. So he's in The Mask and he's one of the bad guys against Jim Carrey's characters. So I recognize him. I'm like, oh shit, that's that dude.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of weird seeing this movie and remember watching The Mask when I was a kid. So
yeah, in this he's a rapist redneck.
He's like,
yeah, motherfucker.
And then like the other guys just kind of looking at him, like biting his lip, like, yeah, get him. I'm like, oh my god.
That's how it's like when we record. Except Cody's Marcellus. I'm the guy looking on.
It's me. I'm the rapist.
It's just the guy fucking him.
Which is funny to me because this dude's got. Is this movie supposed to take place in California?
Yeah, it's L.A. and it's L.A. in 1992.
Okay. The guy, the redneck that calls Zed, I can't remember his name. The first one you see, you think he's a good guy. He's like, "Don't shoot," and they say the bad word a lot in this movie.
Yeah, and you know what we mean too.
Yeah, like if you've watched this movie, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's like, oh boy, I was getting uncomfortable. Not like it's some kind of like social stance. It's just like, good God. I'm like, it's like
it's almost like, and
a fucking like 15-year-old in high school wrote those parts.
It's kind of like, and I know Tarantino definitely says, so I'm not trying to accuse anybody of anything, but it is kind of like Tarantino. If you could maybe see if like it feels like he relishes in it a little bit, like he takes some kind of perverse pleasure because he literally has a self-insert character that shows up, and one of the first lines of dialogue in it has. He uses that word like multiple times. So,
and it's funny listening to. I had just listened today to Alex's podcast. They covered Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah. By the time this episode comes out, it'll be a month-old episode. Right. But he talks about it, and I think Jacob, who's Alex's brother, had more of a problem with like some of the shit that Tarantino, like his characters say, but Alex was making the point. It's a good point that it's more representation of the time. Yeah. Like this is how they talked then. So I'm assuming, and that movie takes place in the like late '60s, and this is because it takes place around the Manson murders.
Do they use?
I think they use other representation like cowboys and Native Americans in movies that kind of like Because that shit was coming out during that time period, the John Wayne movies and stuff.
But he doesn't use the N-word in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No, he doesn't, but he does in all of his other movies.
Yeah.
And this feels like, he's like, you know what?
He's like, what can I do?
He's like looking back around.
Yeah.
Nobody else is in the room. It's just all of his voices that he
He's
hears.
sitting at his typewriter. It's like that scene in The Shining where it's like all work and no play, but it's literally just that word on the piece of paper over and over and over again.
Instead of all work and no play makes Jack O'Dell boy, he goes, I'm going to put myself in this movie and I'm going to say the word. And it's over and over and over and over. And it's just like,
he gave himself the pass. I mean, on one hand,
I feel like a lot of people said that shit in the 90s, especially in probably not Hollywood, but in Los Angeles.
Yeah, definitely. In the 90s, it was different, and I know a lot of people say, you know, oh, it was a different time back then and stuff like that, but you know, it kind of was. And to be fair to Tarantino, it's like a lot of times he's putting himself into he's writing for a character. He's not saying it himself, you know. I mean, these people kill people. Like Marcellus shoots some lady on the street, you know. Obviously, he's not advocating for that. So, but you know, there is that point, and you know, on the other hand, I don't think Tarantino. He's like,
I'm gonna say the word.
He's like, they can't stop me. I'm crazy. So you know, like they can't stop me. You know, like that's my Tarantino impression. But and on the other hand, you know, I feel like obviously he doesn't have any kind of, or it doesn't seem like he has any kind of, you know, bias or anything. He makes
Samuel L. Jackson a fucking movie star.
Yeah, literally, like Samuel L. Jackson is probably the most badass character in this whole movie. So, but I don't know. That's I didn't know if we would actually talk about that point or if we would kind of sidestep it.
No, I mean, you can't. Once you get past, probably the redneck scene when they go into the gun shop. I think that's where you first hear the word. Yeah. Throughout the entire fucking movie, like other than Samuel L. Jackson saying it.
Yeah. You
know, because he says it in just like passing, talking about another character that was thrown off the fourth story.
The guy who sells Vincent the heroin says it.
Yes, he does say it, but it disappears for a while. But after the redneck in the gun shop says it, then it cuts to them taking the car to Tarantino's house, and Tarantino just goes fucking off on a soliloquy. It's like, you know, he picked a word, and it was the word, and he wrote the dialogue around it, which, you know, it's over the top, and it's supposed to be funny, but
yeah,
in today's time, it's like, if you say it too much, like, it just seems like, how do I say it? It seems like you're just trying to, like, be startling.
Yeah.
You know, instead of doing, I once or
definitely
twice and just getting somebody's attention. Now, I'm not saying don't use the word at all. I wouldn't have used that word, period.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he was using the word kind of in the same way. And this,
like Limp Bizkit uses the word fuck in their songs.
And how he uses fuck in this movie. Because he says, like, you know, I don't even know. This is probably, like, the record-breaking movie, or was for a while at least, like, the most usages of... Sorry, let me completely redo that sentence, because that shit was fucked up. This movie, I believe, was the record-breaking movie for the most times the word fuck was used in a movie.
I could see that, yeah.
Fuck, man, that's fucking crazy. And we have the podcast record for the most times fuck is used in the podcast. So.
I would say so because of other podcasts I listen to. I don't see an explicit.
I think Cody
warning.
sets that. I think Cody sets that.
See, I don't know if he sets that or they like Anchor set that from the word go. I don't know. Cody might do it. Cody, when you listen to this back, just shoot me a text. And we'll forget all about it by the time we record your movie in a week. Evil Dead 2013. But yeah, it just seems like that's probably like the biggest thing with Tarantino for me. Is he just uses the word fuck like it's like someone's drinking water. And after a while, it's just like, this is kind of stupid. Because I can't show this movie to a kid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like...
Even though you want to.
No, I don't know if I want to or not. And then obviously, like in other movies, he's used, the N word in. That's the word we're talking about. And it's like, okay, I get it. You say it like once or twice or whatever like that, but now it's just like he accidentally did what is the command on the computer where you copy and paste something?
That's it. You could just say that. Unless you mean like specifically
the buttons, yeah.
Like Control X, Control V.
Yeah, that's
or
all.
Control C, Control V.
Yeah, Control C, Control V is like he did that multiple times in his. Like he was writing the dialogue.
It's a word
on a typewriter.
It's like that SpongeBob episode where they're like, it's a word it's a sentence enhancer. But yeah, I think that's one of the things you can say about Tarantino is he definitely uses that for his roots is like, because, he loves exploitation movies and shit like that. So, he loves to say fuck. He loves early on in his career to use that word. He loves to turn everything up to 11 and make it shocking and, shit like that. Because, think about it. In the 90s, this movie was like, it's nothing now, but back in the 90s, this movie was a big deal for how violent it was, And you hardly, there's not even really that much blood in this movie, The most goriest part I can think of is
the car wreck scene, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
The chick and they're kind of bleeding from the face and shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Or maybe when Bruce Willis's character slashes the guy with the katana and you see the little cut across his body.
Yeah, that's when it gets ratcheted up. That's what I meant. Not that was probably the bloodiest scene.
Yeah.
For other than Uma Thurman's character when she's bleeding out of her nose because she's ODing and just spitting up. We gotta talk about that scene.
Yeah, definitely.
But other than that, there's not that much violence. And Alex made another point when talking about that movie. His violence in movies are cartoonish.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's he's not advocating for movies. They're movies. And I agree, okay, it's a movie. You're not going to do some shit like that. But there's some fucking weirdos that would do some shit like that.
Yeah, I feel like in this one, it's a little bit more grounded. There's definitely some scenes where it gets a little... I don't know, because it's never Kill Bill. It's never Kill Bill cartoony in this movie.
I think it's cartoony when Marcellus shoots the chick who's right next to Bruce Willis because he doesn't say anything.
And she goes...
up. Oh, she's like, oh god!
It's
like,
what the fuck? It's like that. That video where the lady falls off the wine press, and she was like,
No,
you never seen that shit.
I don't know if I've seen that.
It's it's an old meme video, but the lady's doing the wine thing in the bucket, and somehow she just slips out of it, and it's for a news station, so it's she's trying to give an interview to somebody. And she falls out of it, and she's not on camera or anything. She's off camera, but you just hear her going, oh, ow, ow. But yeah, it's kind of so yeah, that part is pretty violent, but I feel like the violence in this one's a little bit more realistic, but it's mostly used for kind of punchy stuff, but the dialogue is definitely over the top in this movie. So
you can definitely tell I don't think none of his movies are the same, which is a good thing because he has. Of course, he's he's a cinephile. He watches
he's
movies.
A big movie dork.
Yeah, so he knows all this shit, and just he's making referencing to something. So in the scene where Travolta and Thurman are dancing,
all their moves are references to.
Some movie he watched from '62. I read that on Wikipedia, but people watching it thought they were referencing John Travolta's character in Saturday Night Live.
Or Grease. I always thought it was Grease.
Grease, that too, yeah. And it's kind of funny because in that movie Grease, he looks like Elvis, and in this movie they go to an Elvis bar. I know that's not the connection, but...
This movie loves the 50s a lot. Have you noticed that? There's a lot of...
I think he loves that time period. Because, the character in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood... is a TV star from the 50s, which is Leonardo DiCaprio. His stunt double is Brad Pitt in the movie. And it's by the time we're getting almost to the 70s, and it's right when the Charles Manson murders were happening. And so it's this dude's from the 50s, so he has a lot of references to that kind of time period. He loves it. Quick story about Tarantino. I have not met the man. I'm just saying I heard the story.
He's right over here, dude. Come on in, man.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's this movie's shocking, this movie's crazy.
Is my chin in the way? I can move my chin. Oh, I'm sorry.
Have you
hit
seen
in the nose?
There's a video where he like gets stopped by paparazzi out of Starbucks, and he's like, he's like threatening the guy. He's like, "Kick your ass up and down the street, man."
I have seen that. Yeah. The way he talks, especially in his older age, he scrunches up his face like he doesn't have teeth in.
Yeah,
Like
he's
like,
like
he's
like an old man. He's like,
Yeah, I always just think about like my grandmother when she didn't have her teeth in, and you always see videos of people do that, and their face automatically looks shrunken in, like where their lips when they rest.
Yeah.
And that's the way he talks. He's like, "Have you seen my teeth anywhere, guys? I'm missing them."
So when we were doing Hateful Eight, right? You know, that was a little bit crazy, right?
That movie was fucking nuts.
I actually never seen it, but I hear it's really good. And I played Red Dead Redemption 2, so that whole sequence has a big part in it where you're like in the snow and shit, and you're all little cowboys and stuff. So they knocked off, they ripped off that shit.
You know, I'm gonna have to pick a movie that Cody has to watch for my podcast because I know what movie I'm gonna pick now. I've watched it a bunch, so I should be able to plot it out pretty well. I'll get that at the end. Yeah. But
okay, there you go.
Yeah, I'll plot it. But Tarantino, the guy, and we haven't covered this movie. We will eventually. From Psycho 3. You watched that one, right?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
No, I never
you haven't seen part 3 yet. Okay. Well, eventually, you've seen part 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, Tarantino has said that part 2 is his favorite versus the original. Movie, yeah. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
There you go. You got a renowned film director in your corner. I really do like Psycho 2. I mean, that's not what this movie is, but
I think we should turn it into like another Psycho 2 revisit.
revisit. But yeah, I love Psycho 2.
I think Psycho 2, like, if you watch the first one, then watch the second one, Psycho 2 fits perfectly as a sequel, and I think it's the best sequel of all time. For what it's doing, not like it's the best sequel movie.
When did Psycho 2 come out?
83, and the first Psycho came out in 60. When the guy who wrote it said that, you know, he had the original manuscript of this original script. He wrote his out. He cross-checked it like 100 times to make sure he had all the details right because he was such a huge fan. Like, him and the director were such huge fans of Hitchcock. They're like, we can't fuck this up. Yeah. But I think, like, if you watch it, it's like the best sequel, fitting the original movie, like, of all time. But Tarantino, the guy in Psycho 3, he plays Dwayne Duke. Friends just call me Duke. And I can't remember the guy's name, and it ain't important right now. But he played on the Grindhouse movie. Yeah. That Tarantino and Rodriguez was putting together.
Doesn't that one?
That's like Bulletproof and
is it Death Proof?
Death Proof. And there's another one they kind of tag teamed it. Well,
yeah, I forget what the other one is.
But they worked together on the feature, obviously. Well, he was on it, and he's just kind of sitting there. And Tarantino goes up on one side of the chair, and Rodriguez goes up on another one. And they start quoting lines from Psycho 3. And the guy doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about because he hadn't thought about that movie forever.
Yeah.
And it's like, one of them goes, I'm just trying to make it as a rock and roll star, which is a line in the movie. And the other one says something else. He's like, what? And they're like, you don't remember? Those are your lines from Psycho 3. And he's like, these guys know absolutely everything about movies. It's insane.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's the Tarantino thing. Because he's legit like a movie nerd. I just feel like
it's in a really endearing way too. Like,
you're at the beginning of his career.
Yeah, but like we were saying earlier, we talked before the podcast. Like, and I don't know if you must have watched some interviews and stuff with Tarantino.
I have seen interviews with him.
Yeah, so like I watched some too, and early on, like you kind of get energized a little bit by his like passion for it, and he's really, I wouldn't say he's a little humble, but I think as it goes on, he gets kind of full of himself as he gets older, but.
I think it kind of fits in like we've mentioned before on the podcast, how, excuse me, like everybody shits on the Marvel movies.
Yeah. I think I remember him talking about that or something.
Yeah, he did. He shit on them too. And he hates the whole digital aspect. If you could film it in like the 16 thing film or whatever the shit is, like the granular film, he would love to film movies like that all the time.
Yeah.
Now, I used to date a chick, obviously, that ran a movie theater, and she would always have to, like, splice in the movie pre-fills on the movie reel. Yeah. And then eventually they got to the point when she moved to another theater, they were all digital. Like, all she had to do was pop in a desk. Everything was done.
Yeah.
But I remember her telling me, like, later on, Tarantino had a movie, I think it was Hateful Eight came out.
Yeah.
And it came in on fucking film, so she had to do that shit all over again. And they had to, like, dust off an old machine to play it because Tarantino didn't want to do digital film.
Yeah.
So, and that's just, like, some Tarantino, which I can respect. Like, the aesthetic of it is nice.
I think we should just do that.
Ooh, well,
that represents how I am right now.
Well, I think this is the perfect time for our ad break. Sponsors Blue Chew.
Yeah.
It'll cause your mic stand to stand straight up and look like Cindy Lou Who from the Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Or look like my big blue penis.
It looks like what's the Dr. Manhattan from oh my god, what is that movie?
The Watchmen.
The Watchmen. He's
Yeah.
just like, his dick's just swinging around.
Yeah.
You remember that scene?
Yeah.
You remember the robot chicken spoof of it?
Yeah.
And he's like,
he's like safe now.
and then the guy's like, haha, appreciate it. And all of a sudden he grabs his head and puts it on his leg. He's like,
Safe.
now he goes, oh, okay. And all of a sudden he's just over a little bit more safe now. He goes, oh boy.
But all right, I guess we can get back into the actual movie.
Sponsored by Blue Chew.
Sponsored by Blue Chew, of course. Did you kind of just want to go chronologically? We could talk about some of the beats. So,
well, I mean, I think the whole movie, like, if you want to pull up Wikipedia real quick,
we can go out of order, just like how the movie goes out of order.
Yeah, I feel like we should just go in order how the movie does it. It's interesting.
Yeah. So I was gonna say earlier, I don't think I got the full thought out of how the movie chronologically goes.
How would he take the gun in there when he took the shit?
I don't know. I mean,
it's a small house. I get it. He didn't wash his hands.
Yeah.
He just flushed and came out. So why wouldn't you just take the gun and
He's
let
a
it sit in
nasty
the bathroom?
bastard.
Like, and I like how it's like, I know we're going to get to it, but when fucking Bruce Willis is like, he finds the Pop-Tarts in his own house, the fucking cinnamon Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, the knockoff shitty Pop-Tarts that he has.
He's like, oh, right. And then he looks down. It's like the whole time this gun been sitting on his countertop, he hadn't noticed, and it's a fucking automatic, like, shotgun rifle, whatever.
Yeah, it's like a submachine gun or whatever. It's like specific. I don't remember. I saw some shit, but it don't matter. It's just
which is funny because it ties into the beginning of the movie because they're like, how many guys are going to be up there? Samuel L. Jackson's talking to John Travolta. He goes, 3 or 4. He goes, including our guy. He goes, I don't know. And then he said, you're telling me there could be 5 or 6 people up there waiting for us. Yeah. We need to have shotguns for a job like this.
I don't think it's just people, though.
Oh, probably not.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
I think he's just
okay. Oh, got you. But I think, like, he said we should have shotguns for a job like this. And John Travolta, like, Vincent Vegas, is like, Vincent Vega, my bad.
There you go.
It's funny because there was a wrestling character named Vinny Vega, and he's kind of modeled after this.
Yeah.
But he goes, we should have fucking shotguns for this job. And then at the end of that spot, he has like an automatic, like, rifle. It's like it's an assassin's gun.
Yeah,
like it's a fucking automatic. It's not like a 6-shooter like they have or something that's got a clip in it. And it's funny because he has that for that job, and then he fucking leaves it on the countertop.
Yeah, I liked. I don't know. I guess we could talk about our favorite. We can. So I don't know. Who is your favorite character out of this ensemble? Who you would say?
Okay, other than Samuel L. Jackson, because that's the easiest one.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson really does steal the show in this shit. He's just so likable. Mm-hmm. And he's so, like, when you see him turn, like, the script around on the diner robbers, it's just so, it's so satisfying.
Oh my god, what character do I like other than that? It's Christopher Walken. I don't know why I even fucking...
It's gotta be Christopher Walken.
I mean, look.
I like Vincent. I think he's, like, cool. Even
Vincent.
though he gets greased in the fucking middle of the movie.
Because he's in the movie Grease.
Yeah, exactly.
But, you know, I like him. I think he has cool hair.
Yeah.
I like any dude that has like long hair but not super long, and it's just like a fucking. It looks very Italian, his hairstyle, because he is Italian.
Yeah.
But I would have to say, just to Christopher Walken, because that scene ignited, like, as stupid as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I told you, like, what scene is it that made me like this movie? You guessed Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
I sent my best friend Alex a text. Hey, man, what movie is it that Christopher Walken? And the first thing he says, The Gimp? ? I'm like,
the Gimp's kind of weird though.
it is very weird. He's like,
Yeah. Does that word come from this movie? I always thought it did.
I think it's an older word.
Okay, so it must have been
Because people
around.
have been dressing up like that for a long time.
Yeah, I have too.
Well, I mean, no judgment.
Yeah.
Sponsor Revolution. But yeah, Alex was like, he guessed like 3 times when I looked at the message, but the message I saw was the Christopher Walken scene, because it's just talking about shoving a watch up his ass.
Yeah.
And that movie, it just has to be just that performance stole it from me. Because everybody else is they're very stagnant characters. There's not a depth to them. Like, it's beautifully acted. Everybody's a great actor in this. Samuel L. Jackson's character, like you said, and I didn't even realize it till you talked about it, had a fucking character arc.
Yeah.
Like, he's a cold-blooded assassin to thinking he had divine intervention because the bullets missed him.
Vincent, like, they all have traits, and Vincent has in this.
I like he's calling him a bum. Like, you're gonna walk to Earth like a fucking bum. Like, dude, you're shooting up heroin with fucking needles.
That's his trait. Is he's kind of like a boorish asshole, sort of. And he's like one of the characters who kind of has the opportunity to have an arc, but him not recognizing, I guess, that it was a miracle. And that was his like one chance for where the guy comes out with the 6-shooter and misses every single shot. I guess that's supposed to be like their wake up call. And Samuel L. Jackson's character takes it, but Vincent is like, that's bullshit. And then he gets his he ends up dying for it because he ran out of luck or some shit, or divine intervention was only for that one time. So
that actually makes a lot of sense. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's pretty good. That's pretty fucking good. I don't even know if that's how. This is our interpretation, so fuck what Wikipedia says.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's the accepted interpretation. But that's always, kind of what I thought.
I mean, that's fucking gold. That's gold, Jerry. That's gold.
That's gold, baby. But yeah,
let's go.
So a big thing with this movie is it's a lot of the storylines and stuff are kind of old school crime film tropes. So you have
present day at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. They're like old school, like 50s noir films and crime films and shit, and they put them in modern day.
Like if this film was based in the Northeast, Vincent and what's Samuel L. Jackson's name again? Jules would be mafia characters.
Yeah.
They're definitely not the mafia. They're more like a drug cartel.
Yeah.
And it's very mafia-esque, though. They're hitmen that go do the job for Marcellus.
There's them, and then there's the washed up boxer kind of thing where you're supposed to take the fall. That's a big. There's so many like noir
Marlon
films.
Brando.
Yeah,
I could have been a contender.
I could have been a contender. Yeah, there could.
Stella.
There's
how is Stella? She okay? She's still alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's just fat. She doesn't like her new cat that we have.
You have another cat?
Yeah, we have a kitten. Well, she's not a kitten really much anymore. But her name's Priscilla.
Who's naming these things?
Me and Lauren.
Okay.
Yeah, we name them fucking stupid shit.
Priscilla, is that the Little Mermaid?
No.
Oh wait, that's Ursula. I'm thinking the big.
I think I've retconned it to be Elvis's wife, but we only chose it because it was kind of like Stella, and you could go Priscilla.
Hey, I should pick that movie eventually with Priscilla Presley, Naked Gun.
Yeah,
because she is absolutely wonderful in those movies, and now she's trying to steal Elvis's riches away from her grandchildren.
Cool. So that's awesome. Shout out to her. Yeah. But yeah, this movie it's basically it takes those things, but Quentin Tarantino asks the question, like what. Sorry,
record. You're good.
I
want Cody to be like, "Hey guys, I can't fix the recording."
Yeah, I'm sure the audio is kind of a little bit all over.
He was trying to shoot him. You were trying to shoot him, boy.
I
actually cared.
Shoot. Yeah,
but so he takes it, he does these kind of things, but he kind of asks the question like, okay, what if, we have the hitman scene where they go and they shoot the guy, that we have like in a lot of movies, but what if we just see what they do before that and what they talk about? Like even in the movie, they have to sit there and wait like an extra 5 minutes before, busting in to shoot the guy because they arrived a little too early.
He's like, what time you got? And he's like, 7:22. He goes, let's hang back a little bit. And I'm over here thinking to myself, I can't function at 7:22 in the morning.
That's what I always thought watching this. I was like, dude, I'd be like tired as fuck. I'd be like, I wouldn't even be talking. I would just be like staring out the window because I'm so fucking tired.
And you know what's crazy? I was just thinking about this. Because it's the same day scene after they shoot Marvin accidentally.
Yeah.
And they go to the guy's house. If you look at Tarantino behind him on the clock says like 8:20.
Yeah.
So all that had happened when they killed those three guys, took Marvin in the car, accidentally shot Marvin. All that happened in less than an hour.
Yeah.
And then his wife was coming back at like 9 o'clock from the graveyard shift, or 9:20 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was just kind of thinking like, because I wasn't putting the time together in my head. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because, I feel like he takes... Okay, so I think it does take place over 2 days.
Yeah, I definitely think you're right.
So the night of when...
The boxing match is at the night. It's the same day, but it's at night.
Well, see, no, because he takes her out on a date. So maybe it's the course of 3 days.
I think...
Because she ODs at night. And he fixes it and say, don't tell Vincent or whatever, or not Vincent, Marcellus. And then the next day, that night, is the boxing match, and then Bruce Willis takes off. And the next day, so it takes place for 3 days.
Yeah.
You have my fucking Wikipedia.
I bet it is 3 days. You're probably right, because that would make more sense, because it would be... So it would be... Yeah, but he talks like he has to do it that night. At the beginning of the movie, he's asking him, because I think he has to do it like that night and take her out.
Hold on, you got it. Keep going.
But I don't know. Yeah, but it doesn't. I guess it doesn't match up, because then it wouldn't be that night. It would be the boxing match, because you see Mia there, and Vincent's there, and it's like they are kind of like catching up. It's not like the same day. So yeah, I think you're right. Wait, it's 3 days.
Maybe it's 2 days. Let me see. Watch this. Okay, so
okay, no,
right.
but there's people arguing too. So some people think it's 3 days, and some people think it's 2.
So first, okay, we gotta figure this shit out.
Some people think it's 2 days. Some people think it's 3 days. Some people think it's 4 days.
It's gotta be 3 days.
I'm saying it's 3 days.
Because think about it. So I'm really trying to put this. The beginning of the movie, he's gonna go shoot. Wait a minute.
Because here's how, look, all right. So that night it can't be 2 days, because here, Vincent takes
night sequences.
Yeah, Vincent takes. So here's my thought right here. Vincent takes Mia out on a date, right? On the first night after they do the shooting in the beginning of the morning.
They mention that at the beginning of that scene where they're going to the hotel room to shoot the guy. It's like, you're taking Marcellus' wife out. He goes, on a date. He goes, it's definitely not a date.
Yeah. And then the next night,
because they also have the confrontation. Okay.
Yeah, because he meets Butch and he's like, "What are you looking at?" And,
Punchy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they're already undressed.
So it's the same day when they and then that moment though, Marcellus is talking about the fight. But it might be
he's talking about you gotta throw the fight.
Yeah, he's telling him to throw the fight.
So they kill the dude in the apartment. They shoot Marvin. They go to Tarantino's house. They get the clothes. They go to the diner. They go back to the bar to go see Marcellus. Uh-huh. That's where the Bruce Willis part comes in. And he tells, you're going to throw the fight. And then that night, Tarantino takes Thurman to... Tarantino takes Thurman to the to the the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then, because it can't be that same fucking night.
Yeah, because he meets Mia again, and it's like, there's definitely some time has passed. They kind of look at each other.
He goes, "Hey, how are you doing?" She goes, "Yeah, I never thanked you for dinner."
Exactly.
So the night of the fight, they already had dinner, so that was the night before. It has to be. It's got to be 3 fucking
and
days.
then so after the fight, it's the morning then, and then he goes back to his house that morning, and then the whole Zed scene happens, and all that shit.
And technically, after they go to the bar, and Samuel L. Jackson's character goes, "I gotta go take a piss," so he takes a brew kit with him. That's his last part in the linear story. Because you don't see him anymore, and then Vincent gets killed by Bruce Willis's character.
Yeah.
And he's not there, obviously. He's already said he's done with the shit.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, he goes on to become a Jedi.
He becomes a Jedi.
Jedi Master, and then he dies to Palpatine and Anakin.
Unlimited power!
Anakin! You're shooting fucking lightning!
Anakin!
You're shooting lightning out of his fucking hands, Anakin! This motherfucker is so evil right now!
Just trying to piece it together.
I'm definitely thinking it's 3 days. There's no way it's 2.
Yeah, there's no way, because, I would sit there and say, well, maybe he took her on the date the night of
Yeah.
the fight, but the night of the fight, she's in the locker room.
Yeah,
The
so
dude's
like
dead.
what? Yeah, like that'd be like if they had the day, and then it's like, oh, I guess duty called, and he goes back out like the same night, and they go like, I don't know. There's no way.
Yeah, it's 3 fucking days. The last part of this movie, the ending of the linear story, is Vincent gets shot by Butch, and then Butch grabs her. He ends up killing.
Zed.
He
The
goes
Zed
to Zed.
scene. That's the last part of the last part of the linear story is when Bruce Willis rides out on his bike.
on the chopper.
Yeah,
It's not
It's
a
a
motorcycle, it's a chopper, sweetheart.
It's a chopper. Where'd you get the chopper? Sacre bleu.
I was waiting for her to do the Pepe Le Pew voice.
Yeah.
Oh, shawty.
You set my son on fire. I like when she says, "Will you give me order of pleasure?"
He's like, okay.
Okay. Yeah. I like how when I can't say that on the podcast. What he calls her?
Honey bun?
No. What Bruce Willis calls, and when he's in the shower. I can't say that.
Yeah. He calls
Unfortunately.
her a special needs person.
Yeah.
And he makes it like, duh, duh, duh. It's so stupid, but it's also like, okay, this is something that happened in the 90s.
Yeah, definitely.
It still happens to now. What the hell are you talking? Everybody's talking about? Like, they just like, oh, I can't remember her name.
Shit, it's some French thing.
Yeah, but he says her name like, duh, 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 duh. It's so stupid.
It's Fabian.
Fabiano.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so maybe we should tell the story in a linear way, the best way. That's how we talk about the plot. We do it in a linear way.
Okay.
We try to figure that shit out
So-
without looking at Wikipedia.
Vincent comes back from Amsterdam.
He mentions that a couple of times like he's some hot shot.
Yeah, he's like, I was in Amsterdam, man. It's crazy.
You know what they call a quarter pounder of cheese in France?
They call it
a quarter pounder of cheese, and he's like, they don't know the metric system. They look at you, you stupid as hell.
You have a fucking beer, dude. You can get weed. Yeah, I always loved that little dialogue. See, it's kind of ingrained in pop culture. The Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
Yeah, well, a lot of the dialogue in this is kind of, a lot of people, there's a lot of references that have been made to this kind of shit. But yeah, so it starts with that, and then we have the assassination scene after that, where actually they talk about the foot massage, which I always thought was funny. So Jules and Vincent's character have this kind of argument. There's some off-screen character, I forget what his name is,
Antonio?
but yeah, something like Antonio or some shit like that. But anyways, as the story goes, is that Marcellus threw the guy out of a window because he gave his wife a foot massage, which is funny because I think Quentin Tarantino is a renowned foot fetish. So there's some feet in this. What's her? Uma Thurman's character shows her feet in the dance.
And man, was she so? She shows her feet after she snorts the cocaine.
Yeah.
As she's getting ready to go out with Vincent. And it shows her feet, and they're dirty as hell. I'm like, oh my god.
That's what Tarantino likes. He's beating his meat to that.
You gonna go home? You gonna jerk off and go to bed?
That's what
you're gonna
yeah,
do.
that's what he was saying when he was directing it. He was like, he transposed that from his mind.
He probably always had the hot with her, man.
For her feet, probably.
Probably. So, oh man, incredible feet.
He's like, oh god. He's like, you know, it's really crazy. You know, like I just love her feet, man.
From Dusk Till Dawn, because he plays George Clooney's brother in the movie, and they hijack this family, and it's a girl probably 15 or 16, a boy in his teens as well, and then the dad is actually Mr. Wolf.
Yeah.
In this movie.
Yeah, he was pretty funny in this movie. I liked him.
Yeah, he's a good actor. So he's an ex-preacher in the movie. Anyway, so they hijack him. When you find out that Tarantino's character is a sex offender.
Nice.
And you see it from his point of view. Like, this girl doesn't know his name. He's like holding him up, and all of a sudden, it's just kind of like this tunnel vision. And she goes, "Will you lick my pussy?" And he's like, "What?" And then later on, it's like, "Did you mean what you said on the bus?" And she's like, "I'm sorry, what?" Like, she doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He goes, "Well," and then all of a sudden George Clooney comes in and interrupts the scene for the movie, and that's just how it goes. It's funny as hell. Like, he's just like, and she's just like, "Will you lick my pussy?" I can't remember what his name is in that movie. He's like, "Will you lick my pussy?" And she calls him by his name. He's like, "Yeah, yeah." It's just how he talks. And it's just like, yeah, he's not a good actor anyway.
Who?
Tarantino.
Oh yeah. It feels like when he has his little monologue there, it feels like he's reading off of like like the script. You can tell he's like just memorized it from the script. He doesn't. There's
he
not
wrote this shit himself. Like,
yeah.
I memorized everything. You know what I was thinking? It's kind of fucked up, but I'd like to see a movie of just him and George Lucas talking to each other about movies. George, I just didn't understand what you did about the little Ewoks. I don't understand that shit, you know?
He's like, "I fucking hate Ewoks, man. Like, it's fucking crazy."
And George is like, "Oh, well, you ever seen an American Graffiti? Go fuck yourself." I did things other than Star Wars, okay?
I was gonna
do Apocalypse Now. That's where I got that idea from the Ewoks.
He's like, "Yeah, the Ewoks are so cool. They're like the Vietnamese, man. They're so cute and cuddly. I once spent a summer in Vietnam and I hugged the Vietnamese. And it was like hugging an Ewok."
You know, my best friend is Ford Capella. Or Coppola. That's a Capella. Ford Opera. He's my best friend. Okay. Let's focus. Focus. I miss Cody's, like, if I can interject for a second. Shut up, Cody!
If I can, yeah.
Cody's our George Lucas.
Yeah,
You're like Tarantino, and I'm like Homer Simpson.
Because I love feet. So
well, you love feet, but also your knowledge of everything about the feet. It's not just the feet. You know all the details. Yeah. And I'm more like Homer Simpson, fat, and like food.
Yeah, I'm trying
it's
to
like,
think
who
would be a better like film.
Oh God, Michael Bay. No, I can't be Michael Bay because he's like borderline sex offender himself.
Yeah,
he's like Harvey Weinstein with hair.
That's me.
That's literally. Oh God,
that's literally me.
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, I saw a picture of Harvey Weinstein. He's literally me.
He's like, I don't know. It's got to be playing up for the cameras. I mean, I'm so jaded about everything. I just think everything, when you're in front of the camera, everybody kind of acts a certain way to try to gain sympathy, because I watch so much professional wrestling. Harvey Weinstein goes to these court sessions when
he goes like in his walker.
He has a walker. I'm like, dude, you were like 2 years ago, like pictured like
he was doing backflips, getting his dick sucked.
God, he
forcefully,
was sucking his own dick.
Yeah, it's how a lot of people do that. A lot of elderly people, when they go to courts, gain sympathy from the jury, but
they suck their own dick.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that too. I would.
Oh,
if I could.
Could you imagine, like, Tarantino? Like, okay, Weinstein. Tarantino is his, like, Ford Coppola.
This is his little son.
Francis Ford Coppola. He's like, this is the guy that's making all these great movies. And Kevin Smith's like his George Lucas. So you're going to make all the nerdy shit, okay? I don't know what he sounds like. But, like, Tarantino and, like, Kevin Smith are, like, I feel like, because all their movies are through Miramax, but it's, like, two different levels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, Dimension Films is another division of Miramax. Like, Miramax Films is, like, the big, like, corporation, and then they have a subdivision, Dimension Films, where they release the Scream movies, the later Halloween sequels.
Yeah.
And it was Weinstein that did all that. And I feel like the Clerk movies were released off of, like, the smaller branch. Because I know, like, he worked with all of them. It's just interesting to me that Kevin Smith and Tarantino, all their movies came through Weinstein. Mm-hmm. And it feels like, I mean, they're both, like, movie nerds. Yeah. But Kevin Smith is a comic book nerd, where Tarantino is completely
a classic Hollywood movie nerd.
Yeah, and it's like, these are, like, two friends that have nothing in common that you just kind of intersect with. It's really fucking weird.
Yeah, that's just kind of
I got stuck on that. Okay, so Jules and Vincent go up to the room. Yeah, okay, let me ask you something about the foot massage. Let's go back to that.
Yeah.
In that conversation, where they were going, Jules, and then later on, what's her name, Uma Thurman's character? Mia. So Mia and Jules think that if you killed somebody over a foot massage, would be overreacting. That's even more than a jealous husband should do. Yeah. Whereas Vinny Vegas, I keep doing that shit. It's a Kevin Nash gimmick. Vincent goes, well, it's in the same ballpark as eating a girl's pussy. So, I mean, I think that kind of shows...
Ballpark. Like, he's like, it's not even in the same fucking league.
He's like, no, it's in the same ballpark. I think that kind of shows you the depth of... Their depths of personality,
and just how snappy a lot of the dialogue. Like, the dialogue is legitimately, I think it's legitimately interesting, and you know, it's kind of one of the things that kind of hooks you in right away. It's just fun to see these characters talk about kind of this mundane
their
shit.
Side life.
Yeah, their side life that they have while they're, you know, trying to execute some guy.
They feel like characters in a real life situation. Like, you sit there and talk some shit, and then you go back to the real part.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's almost like that.
Yeah, because there's no way, like, you know, if you're a hitman, you know, you're not going to be completely... Or, you know, you're just some gangster or some shit. You're going to cut up a little bit, you know.
Let me ask you this. So, some dude gave your wife a foot massage. How would you react? The way Jules react? Like, yeah, I can understand why he got thrown off four stories. Or would you be like Samuel Jackson? Is like, a foot massage? Come on, man.
I don't know. It depends on the foot massage, I think. I mean, I probably wouldn't kill the guy, but if it was like, you know, if he was stepping in or some shit, I'd probably beat his ass.
Yeah.
But
I kind of, like, agreed with Vincent in that. I'm like, okay, some dudes like giving your wife a foot
massage. It is a little weird, you know. Like, I'd definitely be taken aback, and depending on the guy,
I'll be taking his back and throwing out the fucking roof.
Yeah, I probably would kick his ass, depending, kind of on some factors, I guess. I don't know, you know.
It's interesting, a thought process, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's just so many factors at play, you know. I don't
like,
think there's one answer that fits all. It's case by case basis.
If you ever sit there and think, let me think about this. How we'll put this. If you get into that life where you're working for a cartel, mafia, or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Like, no matter how loyal you are, if the head man is
pissed
off or paranoid, there's nothing you can do that can flip that for him. He's gonna have you killed, even though you're fucking loyal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's something.
There's no way out of that life without getting killed.
Yeah,
if you think about it,
it's cool because, like, and you know, this is something I'm thinking about when I'm watching this. Is like, I think this movie is a big reason why we got things like Sopranos, and the Sopranos kind of you know, delves into that kind of aspect a little bit. That, you know, you can.
I feel like Sopranos is probably more influenced by The Godfather.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely that Italian mob kind of thing, but I think the aspect of having these characters be a lot more human while they're doing this kind of shit is definitely, I think Sopranos took a page out of something like, Pulp Fiction and stuff.
I think they also took a page of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
The whole dream sequence at the end.
And Attack of the Clones.
All the clones.
Yeah. They saw Mace Windu. But yeah, I mean,
love story. I hate sand.
I hate sand. It's coarse and rough.
It gets in your skin.
It's in your ass. But yeah, Jules and Vern are Jules.
Vincent.
Shit, sorry. Vern, fucking Ernest, fucking Jim Varney.
We're gonna call him Vern from now on.
Yeah.
Jules and Vern.
So there's that plot line, and then after that we get the plot line where he takes Mia out. They kill Marvin first. Yeah, they kill Marvin. And there's a big scene with the Big Kahuna burger. That burger looks nasty as fuck. I mean, it doesn't look nasty, but it's like, just like a generic ass fast food burger. It looks like McDonald's.
Yeah, I do like how they were like, so what kind of burger is it? It's McDonald's? Jack in the Box? I'm like, Jack in the Box, baby! Burger King, Jack in the Box is like the three they mentioned.
Jack off in the box. But yeah, it was Big Kahuna Burger. This is a tasty burger. So yeah, they have that, and he gives his little Bible quote thing.
My wife's a vegetarian, so that pretty much makes me a vegetarian. I'm like, my wife is vegetarian. Like, sweetheart, we're going to eat separately.
That's a really funny thing to think about too. Is just this hitman that Samuel L. Jackson is, his wife being a vegetarian. So yeah, that's a funny aspect. So we have that, and then after that scene where they shoot the guy, well, there's also the briefcase is a big thing, and one thing a lot of people like to.
I'm assuming it's gold bars.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess what it is, because it's just a MacGuffin. It's just something for the characters need to get to do something with. I don't know, but there's a lot of things. Saying it's 3 days, but
are you still looking at that? Like,
yeah, I was just reading the thread I had pulled up.
Was the thread arguing for the 3 days or for 2 days?
Well, most people were agreeing. I think Mia says something about thanking Vincent for the night before anyway.
She said, I never thanked you for the meal.
Wow,
and then it goes into the scene where it's the back of Marcellus' head. Wait a minute. Why does he have a Band-Aid?
I don't know. He's always had the Band-Aid.
So the Band-Aid didn't come from the car accident when he got run over?
No, he always has the Band-Aid. He nicked himself shaving.
Fucking hell.
That's where his neural implant is. He's a fucking cyborg.
Whoops. We got 2 phones here.
One's my burner.
Where I buy my drugs from. Fucking answer the phone, Lance.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. I forgot the guy's name was Lance. Actually, that's next, isn't he? He buys the heroin. It's the chick talking about giving the blowjobs with the piercings. What the piercings?
Okay, so I forgot about that scene.
And he shoots up.
He does shoot up. So it has to be 3 fucking days. So
oh shit! You know what? That's like a because he does that before. So that's that night. Okay, yeah, it's that, and then he takes me out on
how much fucking time do they have in a day?
I don't know.
I'm thinking, like, that's a lot of shit. So
that's a lot of stuff. Like, I may do, like,
they
one
kill
of those
somebody,
things.
They get Marvin, accidentally shoot him, blow his brains out. They go to Tarantino's house. Wolf comes back. They're done by 9:30. They eat lunch. They're in their underwear. They go back to the bar, give them the gold case. And then Travolta goes off and gets high, goes to pick up Mia for dinner that evening, and then she ODs. The next day,
I guess nothing happens until the fight.
Yeah, because if you remember, there's no more Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, because he's
done.
Yeah, he doesn't show up at Butch's place or anything like that.
He's not at Butch's place. He's not at the fight. When they're going down the hallway, it's the guy who's behind the bar.
Yeah.
And Travolta's character. And then that night, the fight happens, and then Bruce Willis's character sleeps in the motel. The next day, he goes back to his place. He kills Vincent. He gets in a fight with Marcellus. Marcellus gets raped by the rednecks. He gets the chopper and goes, "It's 3 fucking days. We fucking know."
Yeah, there we go. Official. That's fucking official filmoscopy fucking lore.
It has to be. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah,
Am I missing
absolutely.
something
It
else?
can't be 2 nights. Like fucking Screen Rant says it's 2 nights, but that's bullshit. It can't be 2 nights. Doesn't make any damn sense.
Because they have to go back to Lance's house to get the adrenaline shot for her. So
Yeah.
that's fucking night. And then that's kind of like early morning when they get back because Marcellus isn't
Yeah,
back
it's like
yet.
the wee hours. The wee hours of the morning, probably. Or some shit, is what I'm saying.
I'm thinking like the scene where...
Because it's still nighttime when she's talking about the ketchup joke.
Yes.
It's
So
still
they
night.
get back and he drops her off. I'm assuming it's like early morning, late night.
Yeah.
And then that next night, he's like, "Hey, how are you doing?" She's like, I'm good. I never thanked you for dinner."
And then he gets fucking killed the next day.
He does. It's 3 fucking days. He's nailed that shit.
Yeah, that's so sad. So sorry for him.
I feel bad for Screen Rant.
Yeah, I feel bad for Screen Rant.
I gotta-
That we blew them the fuck out and fucking corrected their shit.
It does yeah.
It does not make any sense for 2 days, so. Oh, man.
But I was thinking 2 days. So we go to, Jules Marcellus. They go to, I'm sorry, people. This is literally like us. This is like 2, 3, third graders trying to figure out a math problem.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so you carry the 3. No, you don't. Let's go back for. That's what we've been doing this whole time. Well, like, hey,
Trying to
did you
figure
see the
out.
last episode of Power Rangers? Like, we've been doing these side stories and shit. Okay. So, beginning of the movie, Jules and Vincent go to the house to kill the guy. There's an interrogation. Not really interrogation. They're intimidating, and they're still going to kill him anyway. Turns out one of the guys was an inside man that was leaking information to Marcellus.
I like how like nonchalant they like blow his head off. Too.
Well, yeah, that was Travolta accidentally because he fucked up and squeezed the trigger.
I know they fucks up, but I don't know. It's like they never. I mean, I know they're gangsters and shit, but I don't know. It's still funny to me.
When they fire at the people is after he gets done reciting the Bible verse from Ezekiel.
Yeah.
It shows Travolta shooting from the back and he's shooting from the front. And in the corner, you see Marvin go down. And I thought Travolta was shooting him while Samuel L. Jackson was shooting him.
Yeah, I think I thought that too the first time I saw it. I thought they were shooting Marvin. Because they kill a flock of seagulls for no reason. He goes, "I'm sorry, did I break your concentration?" They have this one.
What? Say what one more motherfucking time.
Say what again? How dare you? There's this like cartoon on YouTube where they took that scene, and in episode 1 where Mace Windu's like giving the test to Anakin with the fucking weird little mirror screen, and he's like,
What?
he's like, it's a speeder and stuff like that. They had it like where Samuel L. Jackson goes, "You a smart motherfucker, that's right." And he goes,
they were putting
they put like the audio over it, and it was a cartoon, so they had him do other stuff. But he was like, I don't know, it's just that scene in episode 1. It's really funny.
I think somebody put his dialogue from Pulp Fiction in a bunch of his movie scenes like this. So they did a few Star Wars things.
Yeah,
So they did do that. He's over here like, "It's a scooter," and he's like, "You a smart motherfucker," you know that?
he's a small motherfucker. That's right.
Okay, so let's finish at the plot part. So they kill. I can't remember the dude's name.
Marvin.
Not Marvin.
Oh, Brett.
The Brett. Okay, so execution style Brett.
And then it jumps.
Somebody comes up who was hiding a third guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then he shoots, misses all 6 shots in the 6-shooter, and they shoot him down.
Yeah, and they do the funny look around where they're like,
Yeah, no, are you kidding me? And then they get Marvin. They're talking to Marvin, and then Travolta accidentally shoots Marvin. You see the blood splatter on the back of the window.
yeah, the whole, and there's bits of brain and fucking
It is.
Samuel L. Jackson's Jerry curl.
It's fucking hilarious. So they get to Tarantino's house, and you look at the clock. It's like 8:20.
Yeah.
So all this has happened in less than an hour.
And he's stressed out because his wife gets home and he doesn't want a dead body and shit in his.
He's not storing a dead
yeah,
body.
yeah, he's not storing a dead body. You could say.
So they call Marcellus. Marcellus calls Mr. Wolf. And the way Mr. Wolf was writing the notes makes you think he's going to kill them. He says, okay, if Vincent, white, Jules, black.
I never
says,
got that.
He's like, no head, no body, or something like that. He writes down the note. And I thought he was going to get it all cleaned up and then kill them.
Yeah.
But then it turns out it's just he's literally just a cleaner. He comes up, tells them what to do.
I never picked up on that, but that is cool. They would do that kind of switch on.
It's like hitman. You hire a hitman to kill the hitman you hired because you don't trust him anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So they get it cleaned up and they go back. They're wearing Tarantino's clothes. He's like, "It looks like a bunch of fucking dorks. Your clothes, asshole."
Yeah. So that's why they have the dumb beach bum clothes.
Yes. So they end up going to the diner, and they have the standoff with Eli Roth's character. I don't know if that's Eli fucking Roth. Hold on. God damn it. This is bothering me because I don't know for sure.
Eli Roth.
I don't think it's Eli Roth. Eli Roth is I've been calling him Eli Roth this whole time. Hold on. He's the horror director, Eli Roth. This guy is... Hold on. Tim Roth. I'm fucking stupid. He plays the fucking abomination monster in the Incredible Hulk movie.
Yeah.
He plays that military guy. And they brought him back for She-Hulk, the series. So Tim Roth's character, they're petty criminals that hold up liquor stores. And they want to try something different. And it's funny because you see like this... They're a different class of criminal versus Jules and Vincent.
Yeah.
You know?
I always thought it was like I always thought it was kind of self-evident that it's a bad idea to hold up a diner because it's like so big and there's so many like little side partitions. There's the bathroom, the kitchen.
He was talking them into it. So this is how it's a better idea to do it to a liquor store.
Yeah.
So they have the standoff at the diner. They leave and they're like, "Hey, we should go before the cops come." So they get a taxi back to Marcellus's bar. With the briefcase, and that's where they get introduced to the Butch character, and he's doing "You're gonna take a dive, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." So he does that, and then him, Butch, and Travolta's character Vincent have a face-off, and all the while, and really that if it was a linear story, the first half of the fucking movie would be Samuel L. Jackson's character arc. Going from this cold-blooded killer quoting Bible verses to being a changed man saying, "I want to walk the earth now because I think God has a better purpose for me."
Become a Jedi.
Become a Jedi.
Become a fucking bum. That's what that is. A
You're
Jedi?
A fucking bum, okay?
They have a word for that. It's a fucking bum.
No, it's a fucking Jedi. You haven't George, have you? So if you think about it, that character arc is really the first half of that movie, even though it's spread out.
Yeah.
So they, I guess, have the movie, the moment where they hand off the thing. And then you don't see, if it was a linear story, you don't see Samuel Jackson anymore. The next night, the fight's happening. You have the amazing flashback scene to Christopher Walken talking about shoving a watch up his ass for 5 years.
Yeah.
And his dad put it in a place where they couldn't find it. His ass. For 5 years. He had this hunk of metal up his ass.
And then Butch kills the boxer who's supposed to win.
Yes, that night. And then there's another moment and when, because you see Vincent, but you don't see Jules anymore. And Vincent is with
the guy behind
Paul.
the bar. Yeah,
his name's Paul because like, "Hey, my name's Paul. That's y'all. I don't have anything to do with y'all," or something like that. So Paul and Vincent are the ones who walk up. There's no more Jules. Vincent asks Mia, "How are you doing?" She goes, "Good." He goes, "I never thanked you for dinner." So that happened the night before, and this is another night. And then Butch has his moment where he's in a cab and then gets taken to the hotel room. Now, we didn't miss the moment where Vincent was getting high. That happened after the shooting, after he got the clothes in the bar, and before he picked up Maya.
Yeah.
That's a lot in one fucking day. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I take a shower and go to work, and that's it.
Yeah. If it was me, I'd only do one of those things, and I'd be done.
Yeah, I'm going to take a shower, and I'm going to lay back down.
I'd go eat with
I'd go
Samuel.
eat
Yeah, I'd go eat breakfast with Samuel L. Jackson, and I'd be done for the day.
And then Butch has to go back to... he has to go back to his apartment because his girlfriend forgot his dad's ass
I always
watch.
felt bad for her in that scene where he like freaks out.
Because she didn't
and
know.
shit.
And, he was
Yeah.
like, and he's like, do you know what my dad had to go through to keep that watch? He left over here like, I know what he had to do with
He's
that
like,
watch.
you're so fucking stupid. It's
How
so
could
it's
you
so
fucking forget.
it's so real though. Like you have to give Bruce Willis props because I've never seen somebody like really portray like just being, pissed off like that so well.
And it's a very, okay, I wouldn't say it's a natural reaction, but when people get pissed off, they get pissed off that way.
Yeah.
They start slamming shit. I've gotten pissed off that way. Obviously, you've seen it at work, and then obviously our boss has gotten, your old boss, my current boss has gotten mad. You've seen it. And then he goes back to his place, and then Vincent's there waiting to kill him, but he's taking another shit. I guess the food isn't agreeing with him.
Yeah, he takes like multiple shits in this. I was kind of like looking at it because I noticed it on my watch here is that he's always going into the bathroom and coming out into like a completely like fucked up situation. He just has to shit all the time.
He does. Every time he leaves the bathroom, she's ODing. The restaurant's getting held up.
Or he gets fucking killed.
He gets fucking killed. That dude fucking gets his gun that he left on the fucking countertop.
Yeah.
And then, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He truly is. And then, as Butch is leaving that, he runs over Marcellus. And then Marcellus and him have this really video game-like chase. He's bleeding. Marcellus is bleeding. They go into a gun
He's
shop.
about to shoot. I like the weird pose he does when he's about to like shoot Marcellus in the head. He's like holding his hand, like he doesn't want to get any on his like leg or some shit.
I know that shit is pretty funny. He's like, you don't understand, mister. Then you have these rednecks who have a gimp locked away, who's a dude dressed up in all leather, and it's a sex slave.
Apparently, this has happened multiple times where they've abducted people. And
It's like, hey, you know what?
maybe people just walk into that store to kill each other, and then they fucking. I guess.
Yeah,
I guess it happens a lot.
We gonna get fucked, huh, boy? Don't get fucked, man. And then Marcellus is getting raped. He breaks out of it, knocks out the gimp. He's going to leave and decides, I'm going to go save Marcellus. So Marcellus, he does save him.
He has that like, kind of that internal struggle, which is one of the things where I've seen some people say that like this is kind of one of those noble acts that saves him or some shit, but I don't know. I feel like there's still like a bit of selfishness in it for why he did it.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't.
I feel like if he didn't think he would get anything out of it, Butch wouldn't have done it.
And he took a long time to find a weapon. He was like,
Well, he had
hammer,
to find the right one.
and then a little small hack chainsaw, and then he saw the katana. Not katana from Mortal Kombat.
It was like a hammer,
katana.
a bat, then a chainsaw.
Oh, it was a bat. I forgot about the bat.
Yeah.
He saves Marcellus. Marcellus shoots the raper in the dick, and
Yeah.
he's going to call a bunch of friends to torture him.
We
they
don't
don't.
get medieval on your ass.
And then Bruce Willis is like, "Are we okay?" He goes, "No, we're not okay, but you're safe. You just have to leave all you lost your Los Angeles cred."
Yeah.
So he's won. He gets to keep all the money he won betting on the fight on himself. And all he has to do is leave L.A. when he was telling her we should leave the country because they're going to be looking for us.
Yeah.
So it works out good for them. They get on the chopper and they leave. That's the end of the whole fucking movie. There's a lot of cussing. There's a lot of blood.
A lot of funny dialogue.
There is funny dialogue, but it's also cool to, if you think about trying to put the movie together, I think in the last hour and a half, me and you have kind of... We pieced that motherfucker together. It's 3 fucking days.
We pieced it, and we confirmed that it's 3 days.
It's 3 days minus the flashback for his dad and Christopher Walken. Yeah, that's the end of... I was about to say Child's Play, but it's not Child's Play. It's Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
It's the end of Child's Play.
Every time I finish this movie, I always get kind of like... It's kind of melancholic because I feel like I want to see more of these characters, But
I agree with you.
But it ended. One of them's dead, and they're gone.
Yep, that is true. That's true. Well, I guess we can get into final thoughts and recommendations. Is there anything about the movie, other than us agreeing, obviously, that the N-word probably shouldn't have been used at all? It's definitely used like a 14-year-old on a message board who thinks it's funny and wants to say the word a lot, or someone on talking over game chat over Xbox or PlayStation. Other than that, is there anything about the movie you would actually change? Is there something you didn't like about the movie? Or is it something... Because it feels like when you talk about it, you love... Not like you're like sucking the movie off, but you love everything about all these characters, and you would like to see a day in the life of all these characters almost.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm really trying to think of a part, because every time I watch this movie, it's like... I have the same thing where I'm like, fuck you, dude. This movie's like 2 hours and 30 minutes long. Like, fucking, this is like a fucking, endurance round. I mean, it's not Once Upon a Time in America, which is like 4 hours, but, it still feels like a lot. But once you get into it, and even just after kind of like, once you just see Jules and Vincent kind of talk, Jules and Vern kind of talk it out a little bit, and you kind of see them get into their groove with their dialogue and have them have that argument and stuff, and just talk about just random shit. You get really invested into it. It's just a really interesting movie. I can't think that there's really anything that I would really change about it.
Do you recommend this movie?
Yeah, I definitely recommend this movie. I think a lot of people, I don't even think it matters. I think this is a pretty universal movie. It's stylish, and it's definitely different, but I don't think anybody would have really too much of an issue trying to get into this.
So I wasn't laughing at you. I'm just kind of thinking, like, if I showed my dad this movie, what would his reaction be up until the Christopher Walken part? Because I feel like once he got into that army talk, all of a sudden he goes, he hit this watch up his ass. Like, he would just bust out laughing and be interested in the rest of the movie. Like I said, I was kind of bored at the beginning of the movie when I first watched it, because, like I said, it's Tarantino. It's not something I want to watch. I have, like, an instant, like, I'm turned off by anything Tarantino.
Yeah.
Just because of, like, just how he is.
Yeah.
But after the Walken scene, something flipped and I got into it. I would definitely recommend this movie to anyone to watch, and I would definitely rewatch it at some point. Probably not right now.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, it's a good one-watch movie for me. But now that we're talking about it, I want to rewatch it at some point and actually see if we're right when we piece it together.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's not much about this movie I would change, and I would like to see like a day in the life of each of these characters, because
and yeah, it's unfortunate that we never get that, because Tarantino is and Tarantino is definitely one of those guys who's like he's not going to go back and do the same thing. Or
well, I do appreciate something about Tarantino is that he doesn't go back and change shit in his movies and retcon shit.
Yeah, and he doesn't milk a dead horse, really. I feel like.
Yeah,
because he could definitely, if it was somebody else, like, I feel like it's kind of the monkey's paw, where it's like a Pulp Fiction sequel could never be as good as the original one. So it's like, just let it die.
I agree with that, and he had talked about. It says this in the Wikipedia article that Michael Madsen, right? Is that how you say his last name?
Yeah.
That he had offered the role of Vincent Vega to Michael Madsen. Michael Madsen said no, he was doing another movie. Yeah. And he said it was a big regret because it cost him a bunch of money. But I don't know if the character was eventually renamed to Vincent Vega, if it was like that. Because the way Tarantino talks about it is Vincent Vega is the brother of Madsen's character in Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
And he wanted to make a movie called The Vega Brothers. And it was going to be them, but he never ended up doing it because, because a lot of his movies, like Alex had said in their podcast, I recommended Once Upon a Time in Hollywood from I'll Take Three.
Three what?
Exactly. Alex said that they ended up, like, he said he was only going to do 10 movies. And even though Kill Bill 1 and 2 were two separate movies,
he considers them as one.
One movie, yeah. So he's at 9 movies right now, so he's got one more left he's going to end up doing. But, so, yeah, I think, like, I would like to know more. Like, I could just see, like, the rest of, like, their day would be entertaining. And the fact that we were able to piece together the plot, because it's non-linear, as we talked about it, made me feel like, okay, I really enjoyed this movie a lot more. I enjoyed it a lot more talking about it with you because there's some things that you had talked about. It just clicked in my head like, hell, that's fucking on the point. I can't believe I missed that.
Yeah, it's just so fun. It's a lot of fun just watching this movie pieced together because it, the non-linear structure I think kind of leaves you with questions, but it doesn't leave you completely confused.
No, and the best part about it, if you're somebody that doesn't like certain parts, I can see some people not being a fan of the Butch part of this movie.
Yeah, definitely. I think when I was younger, when
Your
I was
least
younger,
favorite?
yeah, I always thought that the Butch part was the weakest part when I was younger. Now I like it.
Yeah, but it's not as good as the Jules and Vincent parts.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I liked John Travolta's character a lot when I was younger, so I was always upset that he got fucking killed.
But then it's a gift because you get them 2 chapters later.
Yeah.
Because they do the out of order shit. All right. Was there any other thoughts you want to add about the movie?
I can't really think of anything.
Do you have anything written down you wanted to share?
I think we covered pretty much everything.
Last Will and Testament. What the fuck is this?
Yeah. The Bomber's Manifesto. What the fuck? When did I write this? Nah, I pretty much talked about anything. I think I wrote something about people coming. I wrote Pepsi Challenge on here. I forget what that was.
What's the Pepsi Challenge?
I forget. There's a scene, and I think it's like Samuel L. Jackson's character says, "I'll take the fucking Pepsi Challenge on that one," or some shit. I don't remember.
Well, I remember when he's asking, "What are you drinking? Coke, Pepsi?" He goes, "It's Sprite." In the Honolulu burger.
Not that. I forget what it was. He was talking about like maybe it was the drug dealer guy or something.
Well, he's not around the drug dealer thing. Samuel Jackson's not. He's only around Marcellus.
No.
Well, he doesn't actually interact with Marcellus other than over the phone.
Yeah, nah.
So maybe it's Benny. Maybe Vincent.
No, I know the scene. It's when he's selling him the heroin. He's like, I don't know. He's talking
got 3
about
different heroines.
Yeah, he's talking about like shitty heroin. And he's like, I'll take the fucking Pepsi Challenge, and I can pick this one every time, or some shit like that. I don't know. I thought that was a funny line. Okay. This movie's just filled with funny lines that are really quotable. So
I like it when they shoot the adrenaline shot into her heart, and they're like, "If you're okay, say something," and she's like, "Something." So. All right, yeah, that's the final thoughts. I don't have anything else to add. I think it's a really good movie. I definitely recommend it for any and everybody to watch.
Even children, small babies, old women.
Preferably in nurseries and nursing homes is where you should play this movie on loop. Yeah. Like, instead of playing like the Andy Griffith Show on
it's like, okay, guys,
UPN 30 or CW 30, whatever it is.
This will be what they put on when we're old.
This is like Pulp Fiction over and over.
Yeah. I want to see the guy get fucking killed.
Like, all the Southern people are like, "Hey, this is my favorite part in the movie," and it's the Tarantino part.
Yeah.
They start saying the word all the time.
They stand up and they clap.
Like, woo! It's so stupid. But anyway, our next movie is going to be Cody's choice, and it is the
Evil Dead remake.
I don't know if it's a remake / continuation.
Like
the 2013.
I never watched it. So.
It's so funny. You think about, of course, I mean, you're 13 years old at the time.
Yeah.
But, like, if I'm thinking about something that came out in 2013, that wasn't that long ago in my head. That's 10 fucking years ago.
Everything, because, like, 2013, the Xbox One came out, and, like, the PS4. So, it does feel like...
That is true, yeah.
So then they feel like they were, like, yesterday, so...
Yesterday. Also, I recommend anybody, if you haven't listened to it, they have released a 20-year-old song from Linkin Park called Lost. It is beautiful, so check that out. That's a shout-out because I know Cody likes that song, too.
Shout out to Chester Bennington.
Shout out to the CB. CBD. Oh, my God. Anyway, so we're doing 2013's Evil Dead. And my movie, I have just decided, is, since you talked about Red Dead Redemption, and we were talking about Hateful Eight, it's a movie that partially inspired Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
The Outlaw Josie Wales.
Oh, damn, I love that movie.
Hell yeah.
It fucking rocks. I can already tell you. I can already tell you on the podcast, I love that movie.
Fuck yeah, dude. So you've seen it multiple times?
Yeah. Well, no, I've only seen it once.
Okay, good. So I can have help on the plot, so in case I miss something.
Yeah, definitely. I love that movie. Our first dog was named Josie. after the movie.
Are you sure it's not Josie and the Pussycats? You're like,
Nah,
we had a bunch of cats.
Yeah, it was a male dog. So I remember once, just a funny side thing. I could probably save it for the next one, but whatever. I'll probably forget. When I was a kid, we had like a class pet, like in kindergarten, and I wanted to name it Josie just after my dog again. And it was a male like pet. I forget what the fuck it was. But the teacher was like, "That's a girl's name." I was like, "Bitch, shut the fuck up."
You ever seen Clint Eastwood's movie? Have you?
Like, I've never seen, yeah.
So yeah, Outlaw Josie Wells.
Which is a great fucking movie.
It's fucking awesome. I can't wait to talk about it. Anyway, people, other than that, I think the next movie after that will be another Owen movie, which we'll find out the day of recording in a month.
Yeah.
Well, by no less than in 3 weeks, because next week we're recording The Evil Dead 2013, and then 2 weeks after that we'll be doing Josie Wells. So, anyway, anyone that is listening to us, please share the podcast if you find it so fit. Please like the podcast page wherever you found it. Please subscribe, leave a review if you're able to. I think it's only on Apple Podcasts you can leave a review. Maybe Google if you listen to it there.
I think so.
Other than that, thank you for listening to Filmoscopy. And as always, I think we'll have Cody put in the audio. It was like, say what? One more motherfucking time.
Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.